In this video, I will discuss about lists in the Python. We will see how to create a list, how to read a list, how to update the list, and also we will see how to delete the list items in the Python. Lists are nothing but it contains the collection of items and it stores the elements in the ordered format, and list items are mutable. That means you can update the list values. And list allows you to store the duplicate values, and also list can store the different data type values. If you look at the example here, so it is capable of storing the integer value, string value, floating point value, and boolean value, and also you can save the objects also. This is a very simple syntax for the lists in the Python. Here you can specify the list name, and inside the square brackets you can add the list of items. It can be mixed of integers, strings and objects, or you can create a list with the just list of integer values or just list of string values also. Now let's see the examples for the lists in the Python. Here I will create a new folder called chapter 4. Under chapter 4 I am creating a new Python file called 01 lists.py. I am creating three lists. In the first list I will add only integer numbers. In the second list I will add only string values. In the third list we will add the mix up of integers, strings, floating point value and boolean value. Let's create a very first list called numbers. In the square bracket you can add the some random numbers inside the list. Then similarly let's create the string list. I will give the list name as colors, and inside this I will specify the few color names. First one is white, then red. Let's add another color called blue. Let's create a third list called mixed. In this list I will add the integers, then some string, and after that I will add the some floating point number. Then finally I will specify the boolean value. So far you have seen how to create the lists in the Python. Now I will show you how to access the list elements by using the index. Here I'm just printing the text before we access the element from the list. Direct access approach 1 colon. After that I will simply specify the numbers, that is the list name, and inside the square bracket I will specify the index number. Say for example I wanted to access the 20 value from the numbers list. So always index starts from the 0. In this case I need to specify the 1. Let's specify the 1 here. If I run this program, it should print me the output as 20. Let's run this program. And if you see here, we are able to fetch the 20 value from the numbers. If I specify 2, it will fetch the 30 value from the list. Let's specify the 2. Let's run the same program. If you see here, so we are able to access the 30 value. Similarly, you can try for the colors list and mixed list also. So this is a one way. The another way is by specifying the negative index number also you can access the elements from the last. In this list, numbers list, if you specify 1 here, that is -1, so this will fetch the last element, that is 50. If I specify -2, it will fetch the last second value and so onwards. You can specify the negative index number and you can fetch the value. So this will print me the output as 50. Let's run the program and we will cross check the output. If you see here, direct access approach 2, so it is printing the value as 50, which is expected output. Now let's access all the elements from the list without specifying the index number. There are two approaches. Very first approach is by using the for in loop. You can access all the elements from the list, and a second approach is by using the index. You can access all the elements from the given list. So let's look at the very first approach. By using the for in loop, you can access all the colors. Here I'll say firstly for, followed by that you can specify the variable name and then in keyword, and here you need to specify the list name. Let's access all the colors by using the colors list name. Then I will print the each color name by using the print function, and inside the print I will get the value of the item. If I run this program, it should print me the output as white followed by that red and blue. Let's quickly run the program, and if you see the output here, so firstly white is printing, then red is printing and blue is printing. So this is a very simple approach. Similarly, I can access the list values by using the index approach. Here I'll say for, followed by that I will specify the variable name, and then I will add the range function. Inside the range you need to pass the length of the list by using the length function, and inside the length function let's specify the numbers this time, and here I will add the text as using index, followed by that I will use the numbers, and after that I will specify the I. So this will get the each index number. So if I run the program, first for loop will print me the all the colors, and second for loop will print me the all the numbers by using the index approach. Let's quickly run the program, and if you see here the output, so firstly we are able to fetch all the colors by using the for loop, and by using the for loop with the indexing approach we are fetching all the numbers from the numbers list. So far you have seen how to create a list and how to access all the values from the list. Now let's see how to add the elements to the existing list and how to update the values in the list. By using the append method, you can add the values into the list. So already we have the integer value in the numbers from 10 to 50. Let's add the 60, and similarly I will add the another number as 70. If I run the program, it should print me the output as from 10 to 70, right? In the line number 14 and 15 we are accessing all the numbers from the list. Let's quickly run the program. And if you see the output here, so we are able to fetch all the values from the numbers list starting from 10 to 70. So list is containing the total 7 elements, right? This is how you can add the elements into the list. And also you can update the value by using the index number. Say for example, I want to replace 10 with the 1000 by using the numbers, and I will specify the index here. So 10 is present in the 0th index. Let's specify the index as 0. Then I will assign the value as 1000. So this time in the first place, that means in the index number 0, it should print me the output as 1000. If I run the program, and if you see the output here, the very first value is 1000 and 10 is removed, right? So here we are updating the list value, correct? So this is the expected output. And also you can remove the elements from the list by using the remove method. Let's remove the 40 value from the numbers list by using the remove method. And inside the remove, you can specify the value. In our case, we want to remove the 40 value. That's the reason I'm adding the 40 here. If I run the program, it should not print me the output as 40. Excluding 40, it should print all the values from the numbers list. And if you see the output here, so 40 is not printing here, right? You can also check the given element is present or not in the list by using the in keyword. Here I will check whether 20 number is present in the numbers or not. By using the print function, I will print the text as is number present, and followed by that I will specify the 20 value here, then in keyword, and then we have to specify the list name. If 20 value is present in the numbers, it prints the output as true. If it is not present, it prints the output as false. In this case, it should print the output as true because 20 is present in the numbers list. If I run the program, and if you see the output here, is number present is true. This time I will pass the different number which is not there in the numbers list, 200. 200 is not present in the given list. This time it should print the output as false. If you see the output here, so it is printing the output as false, which is expected.